What up, what up, what up, people? What up, what up? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? We're gonna keep it rolling with some beats. Just trying to, fill it out. Some people up in the room, you know what I mean? Up in the chat, get it started. Yeah, today we are celebrating. We are celebrating 4 beautiful years since I released my album, my sixth studio album. My 6th studio album called A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind. Joint came out in 2015. It's definitely one of my more experimental, actually 2016. Definitely more of my experimental records. I was trying to do some different things, and yeah, luckily I had the sound cultivator by my side to give me the nice backdrop. And tonight we're gonna go through the songs. We're gonna go through and see what's good. I can explain some things. Y'all can ask some questions if you're a fan of the record. What up, Gareth in the house, as always. You guys don't, I don't know if you actually understand how much it delights me to see some of the same people every week, in and out. I'm sorry I couldn't get on last week. I had a family wedding I was getting ready for. It was just a busy weekend, and so I did miss hanging out with y'all though. I missed hanging out with y'all. So shout out to everybody who has been kicking it with us thus far, throughout the development of this program. Also would like to let you guys know that for next week's show, I'm gonna try to, if I get enough submissions, and I'm gonna post it on my Facebook and Twitter and everything. But next week, I'm gonna have you guys send in things that you want me to play and give you an honest review of. You know what I'm saying? So like, y'all can send me songs, send me beats. With your names attached, send it to askillogic@gmail.com. And next week I will play some of your music and tell you what I think about it. If I like it or, if I don't, I'll probably pick like 8 or 10 joints to go over. And so I will be posting about that this week. I really love this beat right here. So yeah, and also today, for all the people that are joining us, I got a special announcement that I'm gonna hit y'all with after the verse of the week. So be sure to stick around and we will celebrate together. So, see where we at. We're about 10 minutes in. So I'm gonna start out with the verse of the week as per usual. And this verse is a verse that I did for my man Elijah Hess. It's a feature that I did for him. Really ill verse. I also did the beat on it. And I really liked it that much that I wanted y'all to check it out. So I'm gonna spit that for y'all and then we're gonna get into the show. All right. All right, Marty. I hope. Don't let it be whack. I'm gonna let you know. I hope I don't lose no watchers and listeners. But I'm gonna give constructive criticism. I ain't just gonna say shit is whack and I have a reason behind it. What up, Ish? Ish the Stomach. That's the funniest name. But yeah, we gonna get this rolling with the verse of the week. And yeah, then we gonna keep it moving from there. You know what I'm saying? Get into a man who thinks with his own mind, celebrating 4 years, 4 beautiful years of a man who thinks with his own mind. Well, let's get into this verse, all right? I don't know if there's a name for it, but the beat is called Mind Flat, so maybe that's gonna be the name. I'm not sure, but yeah. Hope y'all love this, cause I love this beat. I mean, this verse. This is like, yeah. I was feeling myself after I wrote this. All right, here we go. Check. Flagrantly foul, bipedalers walk miles just to see the flip of the tongue twist limbs to pretzel bits. He comes in a mist, hovering madness. This is the first and last warning you'll get. Thunder crashes and lightning flashes of gift lift the masses with each passage and wish. Don't forget to rub the lamp of the genius that will dismiss meaninglessness with the flick of the wrist. Meaning he's the shit, you get the gist. I've been past the present with this futuristic spit peasant. The evidence is evident. Spill relevance with a passing glance of the heaven sent fan advanced. While you megabit just to get half the chance to walk the path of the last advanced human doing this. Don't hold your breath for the next master class of pattern spaz and rhythm bending, blending beauty and beast. Beat sponsored by yours truly. Claim telepath, but don't move me. Claim telepath, but don't move me. I said I spill relevance with a passing glance of the heaven-sent fan advanced while you megabit just to get half the chance to walk the path of the last advanced human doing this. Boy's nasty. I also made that beat, you know what I'm saying? You want beats, features, hit me up at askallogic@gmail.com. IamIllogic.com. That is the website. So yeah. So hopefully y'all enjoyed that. So I do have a beautiful, wonderful announcement to make. And the few people that are here, you will be the ones to hear this first. I have a release date for Autopilot. Autopilot is coming, y'all. Autopilot is coming. I have a release date and I will be revealing the album cover for y'all. Hopefully y'all are as excited as I am, because I'm pretty damn excited. I'm really excited for y'all to hear, you know, what I developed, you know what I'm saying, over, you know, 2 years of learning how to make beats, then getting used to writing to my own beats. And yeah, man, it's been a labor of love, so I'm really excited for y'all to hear. So the release date for Autopilot is October 20th. It's a Tuesday. I ain't doing the normal Friday thing. I'm going back old school. It's gonna be on Tuesday, October 20th. The vinyl is already ordered. CDs are already ordered. Got t-shirts coming, got stickers. Me and Print talking about the first video, all of that. So really excited. And, you know, for y'all who are checking us out today, here's the album cover. What y'all think? What y'all think about the album cover? It's a picture I took, you know, album layout and everything by my man Ill Poetic. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, October 20th is the day. October 20th. October 20th. I'm so excited. So excited. Yes, it will be on vinyl. Vinyl's ordered, CDs are ordered. And yeah, man, gonna have mad packages for y'all and everything. So yeah, be on the lookout. Autopilot, October 20th, Tuesday, October 20th. It is coming. It is coming. So y'all ready to get into A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind? So here we go. Initially, A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind was going to be the title of an album that I did with, the second album that I was going to do with Ill Poetic. And for some reason it never happened. I forget exactly why, but it was going to be the second album I did with Ill Poetic, because actually my birth name is Jawar Regan Kariga Glass. Kariga actually means a man who thinks with his own mind. My mom gave me that name and I've been living up to it ever since. So I always wanted to use that as the title of an album, and there was nothing more perfect than this album, because this album actually took, me out of my comfort zone on purpose. It's a super jazzy piece. The Sound Cultivator definitely did his thing on it. He actually sent me a little vocal thing that kind of explaining his thoughts behind the soundscape of the record, and if my computer will act right, I will play a snippet of that for y'all. But initially I sent him a copy of an EP that I did. If you guys know, of course you guys know Flying Lotus. Flying Lotus did an album called Cosmogramma, and I did an EP to it, which actually I'm thinking about releasing on the next Bandcamp day, for y'all. It'll be something, strictly for the fans, you know what I'm saying? So it'll either be that or an unreleased full length that I have on the back burner, because people want to hear the lyrics. I'm sure y'all enjoy the instrumentals, but I'm gonna give y'all a vocal project for this one. But anyway, I did this EP over Cosmogramma, some Cosmogramma songs, about 7 songs that I used the instrumentals from Cosmogramma and wrote to, and they're pretty out there. Like, some of them are, mixture of poetry and rapping, and just kind of spacey patterns and things like that. And so I sent it to him and told him I wanted to do, something similar to this, but let's go in a jazzier version. And the stuff that he sent me, was right up my alley. And before we even did this, we had done an EP already that was called Something in the Water. And I loved working with him, and his beats were super jazzy, and they had a real, eclectic feel to them. So I had him, I told him I wanted to do this record, and, he started sending me beats. And the first joint that he sent me was he sent me a whole folder of shit. But I believe the first thing that I wrote was the intro and the outro for the album, because if you've heard the album, the intro and the outro are actually to the same beat. So I wrote the intro and the outro first for the album, and was really excited about what I had come up with. So I'm gonna play you guys the intro for A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind, and we're gonna get this party rolling. All right, thank y'all for checking us out. This is Beats and B-Sides, 4 years of A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind. Here we go. A man who thinks with his own mind. Glad you could join us. The tofu was not as firm as I'm used to, and the quinoa was tragically overcooked. It's hard to wear your heart on your sleeve when you're rocking a tank top and compassion is completely shook. Tried to outrun the memories I'm competing with, so I did about 90 on the highway. I'm usually open to suggestions, but unfortunately my tolerance is closed Sunday to Friday. Cleaning out my closet, found old M&Ms and Hershey Kisses, faded toy shirts and poems about the sun. Prepared a performance for our dinner date and actually rehearsed for this one, so I hope that you would come. I've never been the type to fondle legacies, but what you're leaving's too beautiful to resist. And I've come to introduce a new theory that can only be described as Occam's razor with a twist. To fall sound asleep, only count 8 notes and tune guitars to the pitch of your dreams. Keep a bulletproof self-esteem and make sure it's not buried in a ditch with your screams. My GPS says I'm 3 miles away, barring any traffic or overflowing moats. Now this path has been under construction for weeks due to the aftermath of candid Facebook posts. Graduated summa cum laude, cause my auxiliary jetpack charges on the mini USB. And I told my army of clones that the world would function a little better if there was a few less of me. I look in the mirror and see the reflection of the back of my head. Can't help but to tap myself on the shoulder and tell them that they'll love you till they can't use you for anything else. That's just one of the lessons I learned as I got older. Imitation of life in black and white is actually one of my favorite cinematic works, and for some reason, when I'm stressed, I walk like an Egyptian. I guess it's just one of my enigmatic quirks. Now in the blink of an eye, it was gone. Held an eyelash on the fingertip and said, make a wish. Logic loses its luster when it's overused, but it's sprinkled with chaos as a captivating dish. Yeah, so that was the intro to A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind. And I wrote that, I was going through a lot of things in my life, actually, when I wrote that. And ironically, when I was working on this record, I was actually working on the Lucid Logic album as well, at the same time. So during that time, you know, like this was kind of like my record to get all of my weirdness out, all of my, you know, kind of avant-garde poetry, poetic side of me stuff out. And I definitely utilized this record to do so. And in the process, I was writing the Lucid Logic record, which is actually a little more up-tempo, a little brighter, and has some, you know, different themes about it. So this album is definitely one of the albums that I think is kind of like the hidden jewel, one of the hidden jewels of my catalog that maybe a lot of people don't, you know, haven't heard, or, you know, like it's one of those that they kind of forget about that is in my catalog, but it's definitely one of those that I think you should, you know, check out. It is available on tape as well. What up, Mally, man? What up, what up, what up? It is on tape. Occam's razor with a twist. Yeah, man. I was really happy when I came up with that line. But yeah, it's one of those albums that, you know, has a lot of current, you know, event themes, actually. It's still an album that you can listen to this day that definitely still fits and makes sense to listen to in 2020. So the next joint is called Wake Up, and this was actually the first single on the album. This song, a lot of people may not know, but this song is more of a prayer, and talking about, you know, myself and the world, wishing that, you know, we could wake up from our slumber, wishing we could wake up from, you know, just kind of being satisfied with the regular, satisfied with the mundane. And it definitely was one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite songs on this album, but there's so many songs on this album that I really love and that I really like. And I want you guys to check out Wake Up. So Wake Up, off of A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind, celebrating 4 years, you know what I'm saying? So we are gonna hit Wake Up, and hopefully you guys are already woke, you know what I'm saying? So here goes Wake Up. See, I just wanna wake up, wanna wake up, wanna wake up. Just the other day I fell asleep and drifted off into a dream, infected with the choices I've made. The only remedy reflected in each footstep to bridges burnt to built, cause there's a lesson to be learned either way. I try to spangle my sky with stars and rainbows, friendships and sunbeams, deliberate attempts to just live my smile, but it doesn't always work because perfection is an effigy erected in faith. So I'll keep feeding off the evidence of grace for a while. Denial finds us in a place of comfort where escape is shrouded in choice. You gotta choose to be alive. We often lose ourselves in speed traps and traffic, ignoring the didactic though. Knowledge is the fuel that gives us drive. See, I've encompassed all the ruckus and the folly, trying to build on who I am. It proudly shields me from the shams, cause life ain't always what it's cracked up to be. And so the waves reluctantly crash the dam. I just wanna wake. I open my eyes and look to the skies with no disguise for help. See, we can't survive all by ourselves. See, I just wanna wake. I open my eyes and look to the skies with no disguise for help. I know that I can't survive all by myself. Why can't we wake? I open my eyes and look to the skies with no disguise for help. I see that I can't survive all by myself. See, I just wanna wake. The second verse is like I think like second time I ever wrote something in double time. Laughing over spilt milk to keep from crying. Flowers wilt from truthful lying. The virus of time isn't the only option, but I'm setting the clock to hit a cockroaches to go clocking. The dream is intravenously embedded in me. Shouldn't be alarmed that it's shocking, but the sheep keep watching, knowing I'm in a position to wake up. Cause I won't keep quiet, knowing a steady diet of logic is priceless. I'm eluding and divisive, I keep moving till I'm protruding on devices. Finding myself and knowing emotion is bonded to motion. I focus the cause that I'm dealt, refusing to fail, knowing I'm only reflecting the art to rebel. Let it settle for a little, I'm a little bit under the weather, hoping for a shelter, and I found it in you. Every time I dream, I'm astounded that you let me wake up. I open my eyes and look to the skies with no disguise for help, and see that I can't survive all by myself. See, I just wanna wake. I open my eyes and look to the skies with no disguise for help. Yeah, so that's Wake Up. And if you hear, like, you know, the prayer aspect of it, it is, you know, I'm saying, you know, I open my eyes and look to the skies for help because I know that we can't survive all by ourselves. Like, you know, I'm a Christian, and, you know, in that, you know, I always look, like, I know that the decisions that I make personally are the ones that affect my life. But I also understand that, you know, I am not just doing things by myself. I understand that I've been blessed with a gift, and I understand that we all have been blessed with gifts. And as we continue to grow and continue to learn, you know, those gifts develop, and it's up to us to develop those gifts. It's up to us to have the discipline and, you know, have the want to continue to keep moving and keep going, you know, in life. So that was Wake Up. You know, Wake Up is definitely one of my favorites off of this album. The next joint is called Newsfeed. This song was a song that, you know, it was definitely one of my, you know, more out there joints, but the message of the song was speaking about social media, because this was a time when I wasn't really messing with social media because I was not really a fan of how it made people feel. I wasn't really a fan of how social media, you know, interacted with children and how it influenced them. So I wrote this song called Newsfeed, basically kind of telling you that, no matter what's going on, we always look to our news feed before we look to anything else. We look to our news feed for the news. We look to our news feed to, for the latest gossip. We look to our news feed for all this stuff that we don't need in our lives, that is not conducive to us prospering all the time. And granted, sometimes our news feeds are great. I try to make sure that I have things that edify my existence in my news feed. So I do my best to curate my news feeds on all of my social medias so that I can be inspired on a daily basis, as opposed to, wanting to know what happened with Will and Jada, or what happened with Kanye this week, or what happened, all of that stuff is a lot of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? And if we continue to be locked into these news feeds, we'll miss a lot of things in our lives. So that's what news feed was about. The next joint on the album, and I'm not going to play every song because it's 17 songs. So, that we'll be here all night if I play the whole album. So I'm going to skip a couple, but I'm going to explain every song. Akin to Insanity. Akin to Insanity is definitely another one of those joints. Like, there's a lot of cool things on this album. Akin to Insanity is basically a love song, but it's explaining the ups and downs of love, the ups and downs of relationships. And it's been said that the same feeling of love is definitely, equal to a lot of the feelings of people insane. The way that our brains react when we're in love is, similar to how our brains react when a person is considered insane. One of my homies, when I released this album, one of my homies told me that this song kind of, really played a part in him and his wife reconciling their relationship, because, it really explained where they were and why things were the way that they were. So I'm going to give you a little taste of Akin to Insanity. And this is definitely one of those joints that, kind of tugs on the heartstrings a little bit, because if you've been in a relationship, you definitely can feel it. So we're going to go and move in Akin to Insanity. Check it out. Yeah. What you know about love? Huh? 15 years deep. That's where I'm at. There's something in the way that she moves, complete embodiment of a seraphim singing songs of my redemption. Heart seem to suffer abuse when exposed to the elements, so delicate to the touch, easily broken. This they don't convey in the news. Melancholy is in our ways malignant if the mission is love. Most are blinded to the bulk of the clues, plus the pleasures and pains encountered on this journey. We shrugged, saying all I ever needed was you. Lost in the embrace of an emotion chemically kin to insanity, but what we fear most is the truth. Denial is a fine garment to slip in when you see things aren't perfect. What happens when it's no longer new? And the butterflies don't flutter around in your gut when you touch. What happens when it's no longer new? An excuse, then it is to do the work and breathe new life and not use blame as it's a marathon, not a sprint. A journey of peaks and valleys, but I just want to be with you. I'm talking about love, y'all. 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 It's a lot of laughing and crying, listening and this is all from experience, you know. With you, I'm talking about love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all. And it can seem at times you're walking alone. The dark days can get. What up, Jason? Like light never existed, and depending on how much you have grown, you can either fight through the pain or drown in the bowels of the demented. Have faith in the seeds that you've sown. As long as you both realize that love is a journey of trial and error. Don't let mistakes set in stone. Just learn to forgive, because dwelling on the past can forecast more bad weather. Take heed to the examples we've shown. There are no paths uncharted, only expansion of ideas, nothing new under the sky. Love is a poem,
The lines don't always rhyme, and it may not always make sense to onlookers, but the authors lives the feeling of hope. They breathe for each other. Even in times of discourse, they see the sun. Just make sure to take note, because no matter what, the influence on each other is responsible for who you become. A lot of long days and nights, a few fights, but we get to make up. See, I just want to be with you. I'm talking about love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all. Nothing in this life is ever perfect. I could be anywhere in the world. I just want to be with you. I'm talking about love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
But I just want to be with you. I'm talking about love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all, love, y'all. It's a lot of laughing and crying, listening and compromising.
Yeah, man. So that was Kin to Insanity, and that's based off of much experience. Like, I've been married going on 19 years. You know what I'm saying? So when I wrote that, you know, it was 16 years. You know what I'm saying? So we've been through a lot. You know, we've been through our ups and downs. You know, everything it's never been perfect, but you know, we've weathered those storms, and relationships are work, especially marriages. Marriages are work. Marriages take time and commitment and dedication, and want to, because you're not always going to feel like you love that person. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to always feel like you want to be around that person, but you know what keeps you going is the growth and what you develop together as a couple. So, you know, me and my wife have definitely gone through our trials and tribulations, but you know, we're still here. You know what I'm saying? We're still moving on, getting towards that 19 years, almost 20 years, man. I don't know what we're gonna do for our 20-year anniversary, but it gotta be something big, or she gonna kill me if it ain't. But so moving on, the next joint after that is called Pulse. Pulse is actually a song that I made for my city of Columbus, and you know, it kind of talks about certain aspects of the city, and you know, just trying to get people to understand. Thanks, Ish, I appreciate that, man. Just trying to get people to see Columbus, you know, from my perspective, in a way. And this is just one side of Columbus. There's actually another song that I made called Columbus Kings that was on the Something in the Water EP that preceded this album. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. These are all on my Bandcamp. You can check them out. To purchase the album, I do have, actually, I think I'm out of CDs. Oh, you want to always be around me? See, my wife is in here. You know, she trying to get on the stream. You know, but it's been a long road, babe. But we still here. You know what I'm saying? You don't always want to be around me. Don't be lying. But yeah, it's been a long road. But yeah, with Pulse, you know, I just wanted to spit something about my city from my perspective, and it's just one of my perspectives because I've lived in this city all my life. So, you know, I really wanted people to feel, you know, my city in the words that I spoke, and it was a poem that I wrote about my city, and it was called Pulse. Solace is the next song. Solace was actually the first song that I ever shot a video for. I shot the video myself with my Galaxy 9, I think, or something. But I actually shot the video with my phone, did all the editing and all that stuff myself. And it was the first, you know, video that I shot, and I was proud of it. I put it out, and, you know, I thought it got a good response. It features Taylor Francis, which is a friend of mine, a singer that lives out in California. He's a beast in his own right. Introduced to me by my man Ill Poetic. But Solace is more of a song just about, you know, kind of being to yourself and, you know, understanding how good it is, you know, to be alone sometimes and shut the world out. So that's Solace. Yeah, I hope y'all check this album out and let me know what y'all think in the comments, or, you know, hit me up with an email and let me know what y'all think about the record, because it's one of my favorite, you know what I'm saying? It's one of my favorite records in my catalog. I like all the records in my catalog, but I really like the concepts and the themes of this record. Next joint is a song called Guns Drawn. And actually, this song I wrote after the Michael Brown situation, after a few of those situations that, you know, occurred. And, you know, sometimes as a black man, you know, you get tired of hearing about, you know, black men getting killed by the cops. And it's a mess, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a mess sometimes. So, and it's very poignant for, you know, a lot of things that have been happening lately. So I wanted to play y'all Guns Drawn, and, you know, hopefully you guys dig it. So here we go. Guns Drawn.
If we tell you that Negroes are being hung on the tree or being shot down illegally, unjustly, and those Negroes should do something to protect themselves,
and this was, I wrote this
violence.
6 years ago.
The white man is tricking you. When the Japanese attacked Pearl
So it's
Harbor,
crazy that we're still dealing with this stuff.
Praise the Lord, but pass the ammunition. But when someone attacks you, when someone comes at you with a club, when someone comes at you with a rope, when someone comes at you with a gun, despite the fact that you've done nothing, he tells you, suffer peacefully. Pray for those who use you despitefully. Be long suffering. And how long can you suffer after suffering for 400 years?
Systematic melancholy inflicted on those with melanin, emphatic folly in the hearts of those thinking they're better than us. Fears on the cusp of explosion in society, with those being abused, they're getting fed up. From Black Codes to Jim Crow to Stop and Frisk, and Matilda Rodney King to Michael Brown, they got us pissed. Then they just continue gunning us down in the streets and face no consequence. So if we retaliate, it's only common sense. To quote Malcolm X's brilliance, I don't call it violence when it's self-defense, I call it intelligence. The relevance of marching and protesting hasn't worn off, but sometimes a brick needs to be tossed to get that point across. They floss hatred, but claim we're race baiting when we're stating the facts of the disproportionate treatment of blacks. This generation will only take this mess for so long till we're standing face to face with injustice with our guns drawn. Guns drawn. Guns drawn. Guns drawn. Guns drawn. They're blunt and not running under the radar, showing us to our faces that our lives don't mean nothing. Running us down, gunning us down with video evidence, and yet we still fighting for justice. Ever since Willie Lynch gave tools to keep us
it's Malcolm X at the beginning.
Sleep, content with counting our sheep. We continue his work, brainwashed to the beat. Our misconception of worth is why we don't own a thing. Can't expect respect unless you respect yourself. Create a movement of motion and focus on how you rebel. How you rebel. Notice our history, people. We got a story to tell, more than the glory of the block shot, dead or in jail. Be more than who you become. Children derived from the sun, but we want whatever they sell, whether through lies or schemes. See, I'll never let another define my dreams, so I run it under the radar. Sons should look up to their fathers, but their fathers looking up the futurist team. Too much, stop it. Seen enough, drop it. We need to discuss topics that build us up. Let's show the world why black lives matter to us. And yeah, it's true that law enforcement is shattered our trust, but what can you do when we're looting and torching our own community? Usually takes a village, but in the village there's unity. How you rebel, focus on how you rebel. Don't continue fanning the flame of the story they tell. Patting the portrait, painting pictures, setting us up in hopes that we fail. But it's in us to disrupt the system. Socioeconomic advances enhances our chances of rain dances, cause the storm don't stop. It's all about preparation and how you move in the midst. The work truly begins at the mountaintop.
Yeah, so that was Guns Drawn. Yeah, I did play this, Gareth, a few weeks ago when all this stuff, you know, kind of broke out. And, you know, I thought it was poignant to play. At that time. But it's still relevant, and it's still crazy that we're still going through the things that we go through. But also, you know, in the song, I do also hold us accountable for some of the things as black men, as black people in general. You know, like, we can't always look outside for blame. We gotta change ourselves in order to be seen, you know, the way that we want to be seen. Not saying that people should kill us, not saying that they have a right to do it because we acting like we don't got no sense sometimes. But in the process of us wanting change, we have to change ourselves and stop always looking outside and looking to blame someone else for some of the things that we go through as a culture. So yeah, so we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. I don't want to get on my soapbox, you know what I'm saying, because I could talk about that for forever. But the next joint is called Running for My Life. I actually did a video with this one too, shot by my homie Danny, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Fringe Life crew. Definitely. And this was one of those joints, I actually wanted something crazy because it's called Running for My Life. So I wanted something super frantic and, you know, that felt like, you know, things were chaotic and that, you know, cats were just running around kind of lost. But, you know, I kind of just spit some craziness, you know what I'm saying, on those. So I'm going to give y'all Running for My Life. And yeah, then we're going to keep it moving. So here goes Running for My Life off of A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind. Yeah, this joint is pretty crazy. That's crazy, Gareth, that is happening all the way over there.
They heard clockwork in film class, saw each verse disperse clouds of tear gas. With each word we will the power that fear has. Running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. Open book, divine script on each page. I didn't look but took notes on blind faith. A captured group won't throw curves, just keep straight. Running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. I'll give credit but hit debit for cash back. My chill method, post skill ethics on Snapchat. I spill legend of salad dressing is hazmat. Running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. Let's embrace the kiss of audible distortion. Just in case we miss its biblical proportions. Sip the bliss when bitten plausible contortions. Running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. Hunger for peace, but war saddles the appetite. Silence speaks volumes of screaming sacrifice. Now they teach us social media by candlelight. Running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. It's hard to swallow truth when chased with ambiguity. Further proof you're a shadow of who you used to be. No mascots to choose, it's just you and me. Running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. We cut records on shattered dreams, a past checkered and scattered across the mezzanine. Poking pieces of penmanship with image clean. We're on the treadmill and still it seems that I'm running for my life, running for my life, running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. Running for my life, running for my life, running for my life, running for my life, running for my life. The older I get, the more precise my vision. Less eager to talk and more inclined to listen. I find comfort in my humble little plummet, cause my journey to the summit is more defined than distance. Refine divine mission, they conquer and divide, but I decline. From time to time, I'm bold, behold my mind focused. Notice the shine, each opus is more potent. So on point, you'll think I loaded the dice. Everyone's for sale, just name your price. We're all for the taking. Yeah, open your eyes. I'll keep this glow until my soul's canonized.
Yeah, Running for My Life. That was a fun one to write and record. I really like some of the lines in there, you know. I can't think of them off my top of my head, and I just heard it. But there's a lot of super dope lines in there. Really, you know, kind of making sure that I'm killing things still. You know what I'm saying? Like that I'm still, you know, on point with my lyrics. You know what I'm saying? The next song is Steep Climb. And that song actually has my wife on the hook. She sung the song. It's a love song that I wrote and dedicated to her. And it's just one of those beautiful, beautiful love songs about the woman that I love and the woman that, you know, inspired me to write Akin to Insanity as well. You know, like, as I said before, we've gone through our ups and downs and we've, you know, come out on the other end, and I still love her to death, and she still inspires me, to write and come up with creative ways to let her know that I love her. So I'm not gonna play that one for y'all though, because it's like mad long. And as you can tell with this album, it's more mellow, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's jazzy, laid back, mellow, really a good record to listen to in headphones. Really a good record to, smoke a J to if you smoke, if you do that. It's definitely one of those records that, you can chill with some, a red light in the room, you know what I'm saying? And, vibe out. The next joint is probably my favorite song on the album. And it's called Selfie. This song also was related to social media, because my kids, were getting heavy into social media at the time, taking pictures, posting their pictures on Instagram, and as soon as they post a picture, they can't wait to see how many likes they got. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna like my picture? Everybody like my picture, you know what I'm saying? And there's also been, kids that's committed suicide because of social media, kids that have been bullied, cyberbullying and all that. And we're so weighed down by having these phones in our hands and by, what other people think about us, that sometimes we can't survive without, posting something and hoping that somebody likes it. You know what I'm saying? So this song was definitely a call to kind of, escape from that, and sometimes put our phones down and, spend time with our families, read a book, do something else other than look at this screen and wait, to see who's gonna, be the first person to like your picture or whatever. So this is probably my favorite song on the album, just because it's so poignant and it means so much, to me personally. And my kids always laugh when they listen to it because of the hook, but they like it and sing along. So yeah, this is Selfie.
Narcissism with every flash, the filters we add mask the true composition of our photographs, trying to avoid overexposure from the backlighting provided by the lives we lead beyond the lens. Most would cringe if they saw the negatives developed for public consumption just to amass friends. No longer a candid perspective, skewed views of our reflections collected, strangled dreams depending on the angle. Smile, click, post. I really hope that my pics can get the most likes. I hope they like me. Please God, I hope they like me. Smile, click, post. I really hope that my pics can get the most likes. I hope they like me. Please like me. Depth of field and shutter speed can blur what's noticed if we stop motion, highlighting the loss with soft focus. The cropping of esteem is deemed a necessity. Character is diminished as long as you frame the perfect image. To present it to the world, embracing a fictitious depiction of the person you hope you are. And down this dark road, we're led to believe that it's cool if our life is only a timeline of JPEGs. Oh, smile, click, post. I really hope that my pics can get the most likes. I hope they like me. Please God, I hope they like me. Oh, smile, click, post. I really hope that my pics can get the most likes. I hope they like me. Please like me. Oh, smile, click, post. I really hope that my pics can get the most likes. I hope they like me. Please God, I hope they like me. Oh, smile, click, post. I really hope that my pics can get the most likes. I hope they like me. Behind the persona we build with the click of our selfie sticks. The infinite web is named that for a reason. It captures our movements, producing buds or weeds depending on the season. We appear to stand tall as we surf Instagram, hoping to filter out our flaws. We just want to be accepted, sopping up automated affection to avoid feeling neglected. I hope they like me, is the mantra sang by the generation of images everything. Character is nothing. It's time to end the curse of self-aggrandizing. Rise to your feet and choose to stand for something. Don't flood the world with selfies. Flood the world with yourself.
Yeah, so that was Selfie. Yeah, I love that song. It's definitely one of those that I go back to listen to just because I like it so much, you know, and it means so much to me, you know, as we continue to see people get Instagram famous and, you know, like, it's just wild that, you know, your pictures mean so much to you, and inside you're probably one of the worst people, you know, in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a human being, you're probably an asshole. But, you know, you take really good pictures. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that, you know, you are taking care of the person inside as well as the person that you present to the world, so they can be one and the same. So that's really the basis of that song. The next song is called Raining Down, and it's one of those, you know, more avant-garde, poetic, weird ones. And I think I've played it actually on here before when I was playing unreleased and, you know, little recognized joints of mine. And it's one of my favorites, also one of Intellectual's favorites as well. I'm so sorry. He sent me a clip of him talking about the album, and for some reason my system is acting like it doesn't want to play it. So that sucks. But the next song is called Manor Wolf, and it's a story. And, you know, like, I'm not really going to explain it. I'm going to let it, you know, kind of speak for itself. But it's definitely one of those, like, you know, Illogic story time joints that, you know, I've been known for. You know what I'm saying? So this is called Manor Wolf. 4 years, a man who thinks with his own mind. Check it out.
Blood drips from the fangs of a wolf in sheepskin boots. Scratches cross his face from the forest he's been through. All good till he crossed Little Red Riding Hood, and this is why his big eyes are better to see you with. He lost a little trust with every scar. In those nights he snuggled under a tree, staring at the stars, wonders why he's always seen as the villain. Stealing families' porridge and blowing down the homes of children. Then he's hit with an epiphany with the sun's arrival, that his actions are instinct merely based on survival. So he roams the fields with head raised and spots a piglet, starts to salivate. Now filling his belly's his only mission. Lurking lean, stalking his prey, walking silent as a dream. It's a violent game he plays. He'll never trade the hunt for a leash, content with being seen as a beast for the rest of his days.
Yeah, sometimes you're the wolf, sometimes you're the man.
In daylight, he walks upright, trading the thick brush of the forest for the concrete streets of the city. His keen senses must fight the urge to devour those around him with sharp tongue. His heart runs to the moonlight. Vulnerable citizens are no different from helpless piglets. It's just the nature of the world presented. The weak compete with the strong for a place to belong from birth. But it's written that the meek will inherit the earth. So no matter how much he huffs and puffs, he must hold his instinct at bay. The oddity, man and beast dichotomy, sees his itself in the political climate. Politicians feast on the trust of the people with passive violence, and his kind fits right in. He smells the resistance, but knows those in power might not win. It's the difficulty of the human existence. Choice is a voice you can't avoid one way or another, you just have to listen. Manor Wolf. We all have this choice to make every day of our lives. Do we embrace the darkness of instinct that most try to disguise? Or do we choose to be more than primal? More than just a survivor taking advantage of our surroundings and those we claim to love. It's a constant struggle between want and need, impulse or will. Do we continue to pick at the scab just to watch it bleed? Or let the bruises heal? Give care to what's alive or kill? See, life and death is real. I've seen many that roam the night with destruction the only end. And I've seen many who roam this concrete forest making prey of those they've called friends. So what will it be? Man or wolf? Bringer of life or inflictor of pain? The choice is only yours to make.
The choice is only yours to make. You're going to be the man. You're going to be the wolf. Sometimes you got to be both. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes life puts you in a position where you have to be a wolf, where you have to go after, you know, what you need in order to survive. You know what I'm saying? As a human being, it's very difficult sometimes to not, you know, to not go after those things that you need. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to sometimes. So we're going to keep it moving. I hope y'all enjoying this. If you haven't heard the album, again, it is on my Bandcamp. I do have cassette tapes. You can get the digital, and I am out of CDs at the moment. So, you know, that sucks. I didn't realize that till yesterday. But I am out of CDs at the moment, but check it out. It's a really, really good record. So we're going to keep it moving. Turn It Up is the next song, and it's a song basically talking about, you know, all people care about sometimes is turning up. You know, like my kids always like, yo, you know, went to this party, it was turned, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, the thing that everybody looks for is, you know, being turned these days. So Turning Up is just a song that talks about that aspect of life, and you know, all you care about is turning up. Sometimes that ain't the most important thing. It's okay to have fun, but you know, you got to make sure that you're taking care of your responsibilities, taking care of what you need to do in life. You know, like I've earned, you know, the option to turn up sometimes because I work hard. I make sure that my family's taken care of. I do everything that I can to make sure that I'm fulfilling my purpose and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I get to turn up, you know, but, you know, sometimes my kids don't understand and other people don't understand that being able to turn up is a privilege. It's not something that, you know, everybody has the right to do if you haven't earned it. So moving on. Amazing Thing. Another Prayer. And I really like this song a lot too. We're getting close to the end, but I really like this song a lot because, you know, this was a time in my life where I was really on another search to make sure that I was fulfilling purpose and walking the road that I felt, you know, that I felt that God had put in front of me. And sometimes it's hard to see the beauty in the world that we live in because it's so messed up. But for me, you know, I look at everything as something that God created, and he doesn't make mistakes, you know what I mean? So, you know, I just think that life is an amazing thing, and I wanted to put that in a song. So check this out. This is Amazing Thing off of A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind. 4 years, y'all. Sometimes we don't even understand how fortunate we are to still be alive, to still be breathing, to wake up and see the sunrise, you know, to have love, have oxygen fill your lungs is a blessing. Thank you. Help me live till there's nothing left. Took a long walk off short fear cause the car was repossessed. Gotta focus on the giver of the gift, but I'm too cautious. Balancing, spinning paper plates on sticks. Scared to pieces the damage to fine china, so it's in the cabinet. Faith shouldn't have an asterisk. Only hitting our knees when we're in need. Only trials and tribulations can make us believe. Then once our cupboard is overflowing with blessings, we abandon you like you just didn't save us from drowning. Forgiveness is astounding, there's nothing like it. Bathing in your favor is where life is supposed to be. I feel so insignificant, but you notice me. We give our enemies an opening, but you're holding me. I don't understand it. For granted we take. What's up, Dr. Omnipotent?
And I thank you. I know I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing, even if you don't deserve it, it's there. I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing, and I thank you. I know I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing, even if you don't deserve it, it's there. I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing, and I thank you. Help me live till there's nothing left. Give purpose to the rhythm of each beat in my chest. We need to be immersed in your presence, so as we walk in love, we don't question our direction. Just to rise and see a new day is enough reason to cultivate a relationship with you. But many don't see the value. They just call on you when they need you to come to their rescue. And I've been on that treadmill as well. Circling the revolving door has an effect only time can tell. But time is a box while you operate in the infinite. A space our human brains can barely comprehend. We need to be more than we are and trek further than our ability to do that. We must submit willingly, and I don't understand it. For granted we take you, but you remain faithful, and I thank you. I know I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing, even if you don't deserve it, it's there. I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing, and I thank you. I know I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing, even if you don't deserve it, it's there. I shouldn't be here, but I am. Grace is an amazing thing.
Grace is an amazing thing. I just felt like singing on this one, you know what I'm saying? Just felt like, you know, using them pipes a little bit, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's an amazing thing. And we're coming to the end of the album. You know what I'm saying? We're coming to the end of the album. So the next song is actually the outro of the record. And as I said before, the outro and the intro are the two pieces that I wrote first. So the outro has, and you know, the same feel because it's to the same beat. But it's the outro to the record, and you know, it was just a nice way to close off. I thought it would be nice to have bookends of the same production to show that it was the beginning and end of the record. So the last joint, actually, because there is an extra song on the album that features my homie Yo Poetic, and his verse is so crazy on this song. And it's called Home, and it's another song really dedicated to my wife, and she sings on the song as well. And it's really one of my favorites on the album as well. So I'm gonna play Home, and then we're gonna do some closing remarks, and then we're gonna get you out of here. But check this out. This is Home, featuring Ill Poetic and my beautiful wife, Matea. Taya. I don't know what she want her singing name to be, but her stage name. But her name is Taya. But this is Home, featuring Ill Poetic and my lovely wife, Taya.
There's a plane flying by, I wonder where it's going. My feet are on the ground and show no signs of slowing. I'll never leave your side, I'm prepared for the ride. Cause no matter where we go, I just want you to know that I'm home. The smile that she gives, it shows me an escape. Our words are a bridge across uncharted lakes. Never leave my sight, let's stay in for the night. I'll bend to your will, baby, let's chill cause I'm home. Yeah. Another cop siren, I'm hoping that he's patient.
Facebook always does that to me. Even though it's my album, they be trying to hate.
It should be no surprise.
It should be back up.
Let's just hold each other's hands and we're home.
Facebook should be back up, people.
That rainbow right there reflects a promise. The faithful won't cry cause fate becomes us. You'll never leave my side, in your arms I abide. You showed me your love by shedding your son's blood, now I'm home. Yeah.
My boy Ill Poetic, his verse is so crazy on this joint. Oh, Chad, you missed it.
I just wanna disconnect, then just connect, then disconnect. For the matrix, make this a screenshot.
Check out Il Po.
I just wanna be alone, but I don't wanna really be alone unless I know you coming home secure. I don't wanna be alone, I'm thinking something's missing when there's no one laying next to me. I bet I get accustomed to your temperature. I wanna hear you listen to me, talking till you fall asleep on me while I am digging through my inner thoughts. I want your dinner when you think it's off. For better or for worse, we get to be each other. And I just wanna be alone, but only with you near me. I just wanna be inside my world until it's time for me to turn it off. Then have a woman who is patient with my brain. She click and see she roll highs, but wait for me while I am brain lost. I want the star with the sarcasm to walk through these long chasms of dark, but all soft and black to be marked. By a partner who last called me the fast, but know how to spot the deepest piece of my pulse. When I'm home, I'm home.
Yeah. So that was Home, the last joint off of A Man Who Thinks With His Own Mind. I want to thank y'all for, joining. I want to thank y'all for checking this out today. And for those that missed it earlier, I did make the announcement that Autopilot will be released on October 20th. Tuesday, October 20th, Autopilot is coming. If you missed it earlier, here is the album cover. So yeah, Autopilot is coming, man. It'll be out October 20th. Vinyl is ordered. Posters are ordered. T-shirts, stickers, CDs, all of that. So we're going to have mad packages for y'all. And I'm really excited for you guys to check it out. I'm really excited for you guys to hear it. I've been working on it for, pretty heavily worked on it for like 2 years, and, really just got it where it needed to be. So I'm super, super excited to share that with y'all. But thank you so much for checking me out tonight. Sorry, Chad. Sorry you missed it. Shout out to everybody who watched. Shout out to Facebook for cutting me off because I'm playing my own music. And I will go back and check out the stream. Hopefully it's not muting everything. If it is, I will add the YouTube stream to to my Facebook page. Also for next week, I'm gonna post as well. Please send in your demos, send in some songs, send in some beats that you want me to listen to, want me to play on the show, and I will definitely give you my honest to goodness feedback, let you know what I think about them, and we'll go from there. Don't send it if you get easily offended, because I'm gonna be honest. I am definitely gonna be honest with you. So yeah, next week, fans send in their stuff, and we're gonna listen to it. But thank y'all so much for checking out Beats and B-Sides. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, enjoy the rest of your weekend, stay safe, and I will check you guys out next week. Peace.